Hi everybody, Bob here. Welcome to Exercises for Seniors, the Push-Up. And the push-up is number 7 in my series of best all-time exercises. It is included in the list because it's one of those exercises that you can do with relatively no equipment. It's very cost efficient. You don't need to buy anything. Most of us have a wall or a floor, so we can do a push-up. Also, it works most major muscle groups. So the push-up, before I show you the different kinds that you could probably do, the push-up, it's a upper body, it's an upper body strength exercise. So it's going to strengthen your deltoids in your shoulders. There's 3 of them. It's going to strengthen your chest muscles, your pecs, pectoral muscles, a little bit of your lats in your back, just a little. It's going to strengthen your abs because you have to suck your belly button in to tighten your core to keep your back straight. It's going to strengthen your low back, which is good, eh? It's going to strengthen your wrists, the muscles in your forearms, and your triceps when your arms are straight on the back of your upper arm, and of course a little bit of your biceps. And all the core muscles deep inside your body. You know, the transverse abdominis, multifidus, all those. And if you practice breathing properly while you do it, then your diaphragm will get a workout too. And the other thing I'm going to mention here before we actually do a few of these is that if you can, say, do a modified push-up, maybe 3 in a row, and you're going to try that every day, I'd suggest that after maybe a week of doing 3 push-ups, 3 modified push-ups in a row, you up it to 4. And then maybe up it to 5. When you get to a spot where it's just really, you're really exhausted after you do them, then that's good. But don't stay at like 3 or at 2 and just stay there, because your muscles are very adaptive and they'll adapt to that, and then you won't get much of a muscle strength workout in your upper body. Okay? First of all, whether I'm on the ground or doing one off the wall, I want to make sure that my hands are shoulder width apart, okay? And I want to make sure my feet are hip width apart. And I'm going to turn and face the wall, take a few steps back after I place my hands on the wall, and I'm going to try to get my hands about the same height as my shoulders. Spread my fingers for stabilization. Okay, and I'm going to move back a little bit, so I'm on a bit of an angle here. Notice my elbows. They're lined up with my wrists and my shoulders. And as I lean into the wall, my elbows go down. Maybe they'll touch the wall, maybe not. And then I straighten my arms up again. Now, if you feel that that's just a little bit high with the hands, you can move them down a little bit, but they should be lined up pretty much with the shoulders. And you can't see my feet, but my feet are shoulder width apart and they're flat on the ground, and my toes are pointing straight toward the wall. And my legs are going to stay straight through the whole thing. Okay, so here I go. I'll just reach in with my whole body and put my elbows close to the wall and push back out. And here I go again with 2 and push back out. So when I'm coming in, it's my body and maybe gravity is pulling me toward the wall. And then the push out or push up is when I push back and straighten my arms. When I straighten my arms, I work my triceps. And I have these wing muscles underneath my armpits. Wing muscles, there's serratus anterior. S-E-R-R-A-T-U-S, serratus anterior. And I'm working those muscles too as I lean into the wall and straighten my arms out. And because my legs are straight and because I'm leaning into the wall, the calf muscles are working because it's kind of like flexing your foot. When you flex your foot, your calf muscles tighten up. So that's good. I like the lower body part. So here I go. In go the elbows, right, lined up with my shoulders and my wrists. And I think, hey, that's pretty good. If I could do 10 of those, I would do 10 of those. Then tomorrow I would do 10, the next day I would do 10, and then maybe I'd add another one and do 11. Or maybe I can only do one. Do one for a week and then maybe try 2. But don't stay at the same level. So I'm down here on the floor. I am going to use a kitchen mat to support my knees. A regular standard, they call it push-up. My arms are shoulder width apart. My hands are digits pointing straight ahead. My fingers are apart for support. This is a lot of pressure on your wrists, so you might want to warm up your wrists with some different twists and things before you actually get into this standard position. And so I'm going to get back on the balls of my feet. Okay, I'm going to try to keep my back as straight as possible, so I have to suck my belly button up. And because my legs are really, really straight and stiff, all my core muscles are engaged, which are deep inside my body. And I'm just holding myself here. My head is in neutral. And so this is called a static plank. I'm not moving. And this is hard enough for me. To try to lower my body down and push my elbows back is way too hard. So this is as far as I'm going to go. 3, 2, 1. I put my knees down to rest. And then I get back up and see if I can hold the static plank again. 3, 2, 1. Because my arms are straight, I'm working my triceps. They're holding me there. My deltoids attached to my triceps and my biceps, the 3 deltoid shoulder muscles are holding me there. The serratus anterior, underneath my armpit, my wing muscles, are supporting my torso. And my pec muscles, my chest muscles are working, okay? Just by being in this straight-legged plank position. We won't call it a push-up, we'll call it a hold-up. We're holding up our body. Try to keep your back straight. That works your low back muscles too. Good. If you're down on the floor and you want to try a modified push-up, instead of getting up on the balls of my feet, I'm just going to balance on my knees. This is where the mat comes in handy. And I'm going to make sure my knees are shoulder width apart. They're below my hips. My hands are below my shoulders. I'm all ready to go here. So I'm just going to lower my body and bring my elbows to the floor, keeping my feet off the ground, see? And straighten. So it's straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Now if I reach out a little bit further and try that, I'm going to lean forward with my hips, and then I'm going to bend, elbows come down, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. That's enough. 3. Of course, I'm including this into a workout with lots of other exercises, so I don't want to wear myself out too much. And I should tell you that when you're working your upper body for strength reasons, all these major big muscles, your body needs a chance to rest. So maybe you could do the push-up, Monday, do 3 of them with the other exercises in your workout, and then Wednesday again, and then Friday again. In other words, give a day's rest for those muscles that you worked hard in that push-up to have time to repair themselves. Okay? So just to recap, you can stand up and do it against the wall. You can come down and do a plank on the floor where you just hold yourself in a nice level position. Count to 3 and then rest, and then count to 3 and then rest, and then count to 3 and then rest. Or you can do the modified one where you're up on your knees, your legs are up, feet are not touching the ground, and you're bringing your body to the ground, pushing your elbows back. There's 3 different ways to do the push-up. And I'm telling you, your upper body strength will improve tremendously if you do these at least 3 times a week, along with all those other exercises you do. So don't forget, the push-up is in the top 10.